What's going on, everyone? Bass here. So today some news came out that the Packers are set to meet with Rondale Moore, wide receiver out of Purdue. Very, very electric wide receiver. Is this finally the time they draft a wide receiver in the first round for Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. Would he fall to the second round? We'll see. If you aren't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. It supports me a lot. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm nearing close to 20,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. So again, I appreciate everyone who's been subscribed and does subscribe. I basically put out anything Packers, from highlights, news and analysis, and all that. So let's get it started on Rondale Moore, someone I'm very intrigued about for this draft. 5'9" wide receiver out of Purdue, 180 pounds, so size quite small, but he definitely does not play small. When he was recruited for college, he had a lot of offers like Alabama, Texas, and whatnot. He ended up choosing Purdue. He actually ran a 4.33 40 out of high school, which is ridiculous. The Packers have definitely been missing this type of gadget player from their offense for a long time now, since, Randall Cobb days. And Randall Cobb wasn't as fast as this, and Rondale Moore is just a freak of an athlete. So his freshman year, he had 114 catches, 1,258 yards, and 12 scores, that with 37 broken tackles, which racked him up an 88.8 PFF ranking. So dude absolutely balled out his freshman year. Then sadly, some injuries lingered around his next 2 years, and he played 4 games, then 3 games respectively. So that's kind of hindering his draft stock a little bit. Is he going to be able to stay healthy, and what will he be able to do in the NFL? As I said earlier, he plays a lot bigger than his size. He shows promise as a deep threat, but he still needs to put that all together. I think in the right scheme and the right coaching, he could definitely develop into a really good deep threat. But at bare minimum, this guy's a dynamic slot receiver day one. He could definitely go in day one and be a really solid slot receiver, which the Packers definitely do need. Can't run Davante Adams out of slot every single play. Although his slot fades are absolutely killer, you got to have more targets and more guys that can play the slot effectively. He also helps special teams day one, the return game, which has been absolutely horrible for the Green Bay Packers. I'm glad Menenga is gone, but they need to still add talent to special teams. It's not just the coach. There's players on there too. So he could definitely add a lot for the return game day one, at punt return, kick return, whatever you need him to do. So right now he's kind of ranked at like the 4th, 5th wide receiver in the draft. He's kind of sitting right around the spots of Rashad Bateman and Kadarius Toney, who I also like, those 2 receivers as well. Some mocks have him going late first round. Some mocks have him going mid-second round. So he's kind of in that threshold there. I think his size and injury history will actually end up maybe making him fall to the mid-second round, early second, mid-second round. So then it becomes a thing where the Packers might still not draft a first-round wide receiver, but they could possibly trade up in the second and grab him after maybe getting a corner or a linebacker in the first round. That would be ideal. That would be a dream scenario for me. So I'm just going to go over some of the pros and the cons for Rondale Moore. For pros, elite stop-start ability. Can go from 0 to 100 and 100 to 0 in a blink of an eye, stop on a dime, all that, quick cuts. He's a sneakily good route runner with good ball skills. He just didn't get to show it a lot. He ran a lot of screens and quick underneath routes at Purdue, a lot of schemed plays to pretty much get the ball in his hand quick and let him move. But he can definitely, run a good route tree. He's a good ball carrier, so he just needs to be able to be put in offense to excel, which the Packers most definitely have. He was also one of the most electric players in college football. Him, Kadarius Toney, those guys were so electric last year, or in general in college football. Just Rondale Moore was obviously played his best year as a freshman, but just very, very electric players. As for the cons, like I said, he had a ton of schemed plays where the ball was given to him quite quickly in the Purdue offense. 47 of his 117 catches in 2018 were screens. He kind of had a limited route tree at Purdue, which isn't a fault of his own. It's just the way their offense worked. Mainly underneath, he only had 11 intermediate catches in 2018, which is very low, and you want to see more out of a slot receiver if that's what you're drafting him for. And then, of course, like I said, as well, the injury concerns. He only played 7 games over the last 2 seasons, which is probably the reason why he's not going to go easily first round, mid-first round. And I think that's exactly why he's going to fall too early to mid-second. His size being 5'9", 180, which is small for a receiver. But if you're using him as a gadget player, slot guy, that shouldn't be a worry. As I said, Rondale Moore plays a lot bigger than his size. He plays very tough. So basically, I'd be really, really happy if the Packers traded up in the second round and got him. I think that would be great value and definitely something they should explore. And obviously, it seems they're interested in him as they're meeting with him. So that's going to about do it for today. Just wanted to go over quick news about players the Packers are meeting for the draft as it keeps coming closer and closer, and everything keeps ramping up for draft time. So on that note, I'll catch y'all on the next one. As always, go Pack Go.